Good morning, children. Welcome back to the next session of online class. Today's memory verse is I have walked in your truth. Psalm 26:3. I have walked in your truth. Okay, now we'll go to the lesson, that is science third term. First lesson, our environment. And we have seen in the last class about interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. So for every biotic factor means for every living being, living thing, abiotic factors also are necessary. Means there is a link between biotic and abiotic to live successfully. See the first one, plants, they need soil which is abiotic, water abiotic, sunlight abiotic, air abiotic. Without these things plants cannot survive. So even human beings need all these because to live. So without these even human being we cannot live. So this is the way it is interlinked with each other. Okay, the next thing what we have learned about balanced ecosystem. So in balanced ecosystem we have seen the biotic factors like producers, consumers and decomposers. First, producers, the green plants are producers because they prepare their own food by the process called photosynthesis. So they are called primary producers. Okay, so producers means living things that can prepare their own food, which can prepare their own food. Okay, now the next thing, consumers. So consumers means they eat food from producers. Okay, so whatever the producers produce, mean prepare the food, that food these consumers will be eating. So based on that category, there are three types based on their food habits. Okay, so first is herbivores, plant eating animals. So these animals will eat only plants, herbivores. Carnivores, flesh eating animal. Flesh eating means only flesh. Means lion, tiger, these all will eat only animals. Next, omnivores. Omnivores means they eat both plant and flesh eating. So they eat animals as well as plants. So this is about consumers. The last one is decomposers. Decomposers means organisms that feed on the waste, dead plants and animals. So these are the organisms that feed on waste, dead plants and animals. So these what they will do, they return the nutrients to the soil. Nutrients, because they are feeding on the dead plants and animals, what happens after that get decomposed, the soil gets all the nutrients from that dead decomposed or thing. Okay, so examples are bacteria and fungi. Okay, now in this class we are going to learn about plant sapling. Sapling is nothing but young plant. A young plant with thin stem is called sapling. Okay, young plant with thin stem is called sapling. And we all know without plants we cannot survive, right? So what we have to do, we have to take care of plants. We have to plant many trees, right, to get good environment. So we'll see what are the benefits of plants. The first benefit of plant is, see here, it provides oxygen. It provides oxygen for breathing. So oxygen is very important for everything to breathe, right? Next thing, it provides food and shelter to the living things. And the next one, it absorbs harmful gases and smoke from the surrounding. Harmful gas and smoke it will absorb. The next one, fourth one, that is it is helping in bringing rainfall too. So because of plants only, because of trees only, we are getting rainfall. Okay, so it helps in bringing rainfall. Next thing, it gives wood, right? We can make good furnitures with wood. The table, chair, doors, windows, everything with wood we are making. So it gives us wood. And next, offer a good environment. Okay, so we are getting a good environment. These are the benefits of plants. These are the benefits of plants. Okay, so these are the 6 benefits. So in question and answers you will get only any 4 or 5 benefits of plants. Okay, next see here, one Mahotsav. One Mahotsav means festival of forest. One means forest. Mahotsav means festival. So festival of forest. Okay. It is an annual tree planting movement. This movement began in India in July 1950. This festival is organized during the first week of July every year. So festival of forest, because we are just cutting all the trees. So if we bring some new programs, at least that time we can plant more trees. That is why they are making new festivals for plants. Okay, so this one, it has begun in July 1950 in India. Okay, and it will be during first week of July every year. So to create awareness among the people, we can give saplings during celebrations, family functions and national festivals. So we can give a sapling like this. This is called sapling. So we can give in a small pot during celebrations, family functions, national festivals. Anytime we can give a sapling. So that at least then we can have trees, many trees. Okay. We can also plant saplings on our birthday. Every birthday we can plant so that what happens for the next birthday it will grow up big. Okay, every year this will be a great idea. Okay, some important initiatives to protect our environment. So I said you many things, many festivals, everything is done because to protect trees. Okay, so the first one is, see here, Chipko movement. Okay, this is also for trees, 1970. Environment Protection Act, 1986. National Green Tribunal, 2010. Apico movement, 1983. So these are some of the important initiatives, okay, to protect the environment. Okay, and the next one, see here, this is how we can do a seed ball. Okay, take some clay, humus means soil, humus means some organic material to grow the plant. Okay, add water and mix well. After mixing, place the available seeds inside them and make a seed ball. Then dry and keep it safe. Distribute the seed ball to public on special occasions of your school. So what you can do, you can make with a clay and all, we can mix with water and we can make a round ball and we can keep one seed inside that round ball and we can distribute to everyone. Okay, this is where we can save our environment so that we can plant a new tree every time. Okay, this is all the textbook exercise. I'll tell you later after getting your books. Now we'll see question and answers which I have given. See here the first one. Vijay plays two things, P and R. P is one living and one non-living. We don't know which is living, which is non-living. In separate cages with food and water. Okay, so number of weeks, week 1, 2, 3, 4. Weight of P. Week 1, 2 kg. Weight of R, 1.5 kg. Week 2, 4 kg. Same, 1.5. Week 3, 6. Same, 1.5. Week 4, 8. 1.5. So now the question is, which thing is likely to be a living thing? Give the reason for your answer. Which is living thing? Wait, P. The P is the living thing. How? Because P is a living thing because weight of P is increasing. They are giving food and water and it is eating and increasing. Okay. Now what will be the weight of living thing in week 6? In the next week what it will be? It will be 12 kg. Okay. So the next one. Okay. So fifth week it will be 10 kg and sixth week it will be 12 kg. Okay. Now then second one. See the second one. Write two examples for biotic and abiotic factors. So the answer will be our environment has two main factors, biotic and abiotic factor. Biotic factor, living organisms in our environment are called biotic factors. So lion, plantain means tree. Dove is bird, lion is animal, human beings means we. Okay, etc. Abiotic. Non-living things in our environment are called abiotic factors. Example, air, soil, water, sunlight, temperature, etc. Okay. So the next one. Write any three differences between living and non-living things. Now, living things, non-living things. Draw a column like this. They can breathe and grow. Living things can breathe and grow. Non-living things, they cannot breathe and grow. Living things, they need food to live. These, they do not need food to live. They can feel. They cannot feel. They give birth to younger ones. They do not give birth to young ones. Okay, this is the difference. List the abiotic factors needed for insects. So what are the abiotic factors needed for insects? So insects need air, soil, small creatures, plants. So what are the abiotic factors here? Soil is abiotic, air is abiotic. But small creatures, these are biotic. And plants, even these are biotic. Okay. Next. What are the biotic factors of a balanced ecosystem? So the biotic factors in an ecosystem includes producers, consumers, decomposers. Producers, example, plants. Consumers, animals. Decomposers, bacteria and fungi. Okay. Now, next one. Why plants are called primary producers? The living things that can prepare their own food are called producers. Green plants are the producers because they make their own food by the process called photosynthesis. Hence they means here plants. Plants are called primary producers. Okay, because they are preparing their own food. Next. Write any four benefits of plants. This is the last question. Benefits of plants: provide oxygen for breathing, provide food and shelter to the living things, helps in bringing rainfall, gives wood. Okay, these are the four benefits. Okay, children, understood? So copy down neatly in your classworks and read it. Okay, I hope you all understood. Thank you.